Have you ever wondered what it's like to own such an immeasurable fortune that an entire lifetime wouldn't be enough to exhaust it completely? Imagine having the ability to purchase a stunning yacht just because it caught your eye, and then spend billions on a painting to hang aboard this floating palace. But for Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, who possesses actual trillions, such fantasies have long become a reality. His lifestyle is strikingly different from what most people are accustomed to. And while many are puzzled over rent payments, the prince simply decides in which of his many luxurious mansions to spend the night. This is the lavish life of the Saudi Arabian prince. Prince Mohammed bin Salman of Saudi Arabia leads a life full of dazzling wealth and absolute extravagance, being a prominent member of the royal family. When we talk about his love for luxury, we mean something so grand that even the legendary Taj Mahal seems like a modest backdrop. The residence of the Crown Prince is not just a majestic palace, but a place beside which even Versailles would look like an old boarding house. When in the year 2014 the prince decided that life on land was too mundane, he purchased a yacht. But not an ordinary one, a Marvel megaship named Pegasus. This luxurious boat was more like a floating royal residence. Its interior sparkled and shimmered like an embodied golden fantasy. Every chair could substitute for a throne, and the tabletops shone brighter than the midday sun. The luxurious carpets were so dense that shoes could actually get lost in them, and the massive chandeliers sparkled in such a way that any Swarovski crystals paled in comparison. The decor of the cabins could only be compared to royal chambers, and the bathrooms could pass for spacious city apartments in terms of size. Just one look at the beds was enough to feel a drowsy bliss. The legendary list of amenities of the Pegasus included a spa, where oils enriched with 24-karat gold were used, a high-tech gym equipped on par with Olympic centers, a luxurious cinema, and spacious dining areas seemingly designed for kings or an entire army of invited guests. The cost of the yacht, approaching the sum of $200 million, was not something extraordinary for the prince. The annual maintenance of the Pegasus also amounted to millions to keep its brilliance and perfection at the proper level. And already in 2015, not satisfied with just one vessel, Prince Mohammed bin Salman acquired a second yacht named Serene. In the past, it belonged to the famous vodka magnate Yuri Shefler, and after the Pegasus, the new acquisition looked like a true giant. Serene, exceeding 130 meters in length, was so luxurious that it overshadowed the entire French Riviera, accommodating over 24 guests in cabins, each of which could rival the staterooms of Buckingham Palace. The interior space of Serene resembled an independent floating kingdom. This included a spa where even a brief stay would restore youth and freshness, an ultra-modern gym, and a huge cinema screen that, as a joke, was said to be visible, as if from space and its own submarine for diving into the depths of the ocean. Several decks of Serene rivaled a first-class resort in terms of decor. The pools were comparable to small lakes, the jacuzzis generated bubbles ready to form compliments for the guests, and the scenic dining areas offered breathtaking views. By some estimates, Serene cost the prince around $550 million. That would have been enough to purchase a decent island or embark on a space project. But for the Crown Prince, such a purchase was just another whimsical toy. However, Prince Mohammed bin Salman attracted global attention, not only with his maritime journeys but also with high-profile art deals. In 2017, he became the owner of Leonardo da Vinci's painting Salvator Mundi for a staggering $450 million. The painting depicts Jesus Christ as the savior of the world, and this work is considered one of the most expensive in the history of the art market. The buyer's name was kept secret for a long time, but it was later revealed that Prince bin Salman secretly acquired it using the mediation of Russian billionaire Dmitry Rybolovlev, a lover of all things exclusive. The situation was further complicated by the fact that the ruling family of Qatar, a clear competitor to the Saudis, also tried to purchase this masterpiece. There are many hypotheses regarding who actually created the Salvator Mundi and where this creation is currently kept. According to some rumors, the painting might be on one of the prince's yachts, where it can be admired in a calm, private atmosphere. All these stories add extra mystery to the legend of the Crown Prince, who buys the world's rarest treasures to fill his life with unprecedented luxury. As if all this wasn't enough in an event that stirred many, Prince Mohammed bin Salman purchased a castle called Louis XIV for an astonishing $320 million, surprising the luxury real estate market. This estate is located in Louveciennes, France, intoxicating every visitor with its luxurious 17th century appearance, fully equipped with the most modern technological solutions. The Louis XIV castle stands on a territory exceeding 50,000 acres, becoming a true embodiment of royal style and unrestrained extravagance. Nearby is the historic Versailles, adding even more symbolism to the situation. The new castle was built in the spirit of the Sun King's era, yet equipped with the latest technology available only to someone with trillions. The breathtaking feature of the castle is the meditation room submerged underwater. Yes, you heard that right. The underwater space, surrounded by koi and sturgeon swimming around, is perfect for solitary contemplation and tranquility. Above it stands a statue of Louis XIV, carved from Carrara marble, as if guarding this quiet underwater hall, and the entire complex resembles the architectural heritage of the great era. The surrounding area is also capable of delighting anyone. The extensive park, stretching over 1 kilometer, is adorned with gilded sculptures and designed in a style reminiscent of Versailles. All this splendor is managed using high-tech systems that allow you to control the lighting and operation of the fountains with a single touch on a smartphone. Fountains, such a combination of historical ambiance, ultra-modern technologies, and unflappable humor. Who else would think of making doors with gold trim and an underwater meditation room reflects the full depth of the prince's taste and capabilities. The Crown Prince's desire to surround himself with items of the highest value is not limited to this famous castle. Mohammed bin Salman owns a whole array of luxurious palaces and mansions, where every square centimeter is imbued with an atmosphere of royal magnificence. The Alamara Palace impresses with its scale and Italian marble decor, and its ceilings and walls are adorned with intricate carvings, as if crafted by the finest artisans of antiquity. The furniture here is not only comfortable, but also represents a work of design art, perfectly suited for the royal family. Another estate of the prince, the Jura Palace, is no less refined. Everything here is about infused with an aristocratic atmosphere, and the interior solutions were developed to impress guests with the most discerning tastes. Even the usual small items, such as tissue holders, are made of gold, which only emphasizes a lifestyle where there are no trivialities and every element shines. Prince Salman's real estate holdings extend far beyond Saudi Arabia. For example, he has luxurious apartments in New York, in the building at 432 Park Avenue, one of the tallest residential complexes on the planet. This penthouse serves more as a symbol of the prince's undeniable influence than just a place of residence. In addition, the Saudi Arabian Public Investment Fund owns a 5% stake in Uber, although the Crown Prince is unlikely to use their services anytime soon. His fleet of vehicles and personal aircraft are no less impressive. The collection of luxury cars and private jets highlights the Crown Prince's passion for exceptional modes of transportation, where speed, elegance, and truly royal scale are combined. The heart of his car collection is considered to be the Bugatti Chiron. It is a true marvel of engineering that captivates with both speed and external flair. Such a car easily reaches 261 miles per hour. An acceleration from 0 to 60 miles takes only about 2.5 seconds. The cost of such a metal beast reaches $3 million. And this is just the tip of the prince's expenses. In his garage, you can also find a Lamborghini Aventador, McLaren P1, and Rolls-Royce Phantom, each reflecting different facets of the heir's personality. The Aventador represents boldness and raw power. P1, embodiment of sports spirit and hybrid technologies, while the Phantom is unparalleled classic luxury and comfort. Thus, the prince demonstrates how many facets there are to his refined taste. The passion for comfort accompanies the prince even in the skies. At his disposal are private jets, including a custom-fitted Airbus A380 and a Boeing 747. The Airbus is valued at approximately $450 million. It more closely resembles a flying palace, which even includes a concert hall and a Turkish bath. There is even a separate garage for cars. And why not? The Boeing 747, usually associated with large passenger transport, has been transformed by the prince into a secluded hive of luxury above the clouds. And it's hard to think of a more eloquent testament to his royal grandeur than owning such an aerial giant for personal use. However, the prince's penchant for grand projects has also been reflected in the world of sports. The world of English football was astir when he, through the Saudi Arabian Public Investment Fund, acquired Newcastle United for approximately $400 million. Before this, there were rumors about interest in Manchester United, but it was the Magpies that became the prince's new, toy. Newcastle, long in the shadows, suddenly received colossal financial backing. In 2022, the club began active development, and all the fans were pondering just how high this team could soar. But one thing is clear, the prince does not intend to settle for secondary roles, which means the Magpies are potentially capable of an exciting leap towards titles. Prince Mohammed bin Salman is not just buying clubs. He aims to leave a powerful legacy on the global football stage. And with almost limitless resources, he boldly hunts for the best players on the market to transform the team beyond recognition. The prince's ambitions, however, are not limited to football in the world. Luxury. His boundless resources are often directed towards noble causes, reflecting his influence in many areas. Mohammed bin Salman is known for his generous donations and humanitarian initiatives. Yes, he likes to flaunt his wealth in the form of generous gifts that speak of his royal status and power. A striking case that stirred the social chronicles was the diamond earrings worth about $500,000 presented to Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex. These were not just pieces of jewelry, but truly a dazzling gesture of attention that caused quite a stir. Another memorable episode occurred in 2020 when the prince wanted to make amends with rapper Lil Wayne after issues at the airport. He gifted him a luxurious watch, a Frank Mueller and a stylish black Lamborghini. This is clearly not a case where apologies are limited to a polite letter. The prince prefers to present entire cars and expensive accessories to showcase his generosity. And finally, let's not forget about football, when the Saudi Arabian national team created a sensation by defeating Argentina. Each player received a Rolls-Royce Phantom as a gift. The cost of each car was approximately $500,000. These gifts were not just a form of encouragement, but another proof that the prince loves grand gestures. Behind all this splendor lies the Crown Prince's desire to make Saudi Arabia more open and progressive. His charitable activities are conducted through the Prince Mohammed bin Salman Foundation, better known as MISC. This foundation is aimed at supporting youth and stimulating innovation. MISC focuses on priority areas such as education, culture, and technology to nurture a new generation of creative, educated, and ambitious citizens. Education in MISC schools is not limited to the classical approach, but teaches future leaders to think critically and boldly. MISC has several divisions, one of which is the MISC Art Institute, engaged in the development of contemporary culture and art. Another sabor is MISC Innovation, where budding entrepreneurs and promising startups are supported. All these initiatives are part of a large-scale program for the modernization and diversification of the country's economy, aiming to eliminate the one-sided dependence on oil revenues. Saudi Arabia, with the support of Prince Mohammed bin Salman, also provides substantial assistance to Rohingya refugees, forced to leave their homes in Myanmar. Many of them are in Bangladesh, Malaysia, and the prince has allocated over $18 million for housing, medical needs, and education for these people. Additionally, the prince provides humanitarian assistance to Syrians. Tens and hundreds of millions of dollars have been invested in supporting refugees settled in Jordan, Turkey, and Lebanon to help them endure difficult times. In the personal initiatives of Mohammed bin Salman, there are also intriguing episodes. Once, he paid off the debts of more than 150 prisoners who were only serving time for unpaid loans. This action allowed them to be released and return to their families. The greatest global resonance was caused by the fact that it was Mohammed bin Salman who was behind the decree allowing women to drive. This historic decision became a symbol of breaking the established tradition and gave impetus to the empowerment of women in the kingdom, which is part of the broader reform course under the Vision 2030 initiative. The cultural life in the country is also undergoing significant changes. Now in Saudi Arabia, one can attend concerts featuring Western celebrities and watch movies in open cinemas. This became possible after another ban on such events was lifted. Attracting popular artists and organizing various spectacular shows, this is not just a tribute to entertainment, but part of a systematic policy aimed at creating a dynamic cultural environment and stimulating tourist interest. Looking a little ahead, it is worth noting that Saudi Arabia is now often a venue for major international sports and cultural events, from Formula One to the Dakar Rally. This indicates its growing status on the world stage. Possessing colossal power and an impeccable understanding of investment mechanisms, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman plays one of the most important roles in the global financial arena. Policy and smart strategic investments help strengthen Saudi Arabia's economy, further elevating his own authority. And one cannot help but ask, where does so much money come from that allows for the luxury of palatial estates, yachts, airplanes, sports clubs, and also engaging in extensive philanthropy? The answer lies in his origins. As a member of the House of Saud, he is at the epicenter of a gigantic oil empire. After all, Saudi Arabia possesses one of the richest oil fields on the planet. Since the 1930s, when oil was discovered in the country, the royal family has become wealthy at an unimaginable pace. The national oil company Saudi Aramco is considered one of the most valuable corporations in the world. In the year 2019, its estimated value reached $2 trillion, setting a world record. By managing Saudi Aramco, Mohammed bin Salman controls a vast energy complex that influences global markets, economic processes in many countries. Moreover, the royal family has long understood the importance of diversifying income. Prince Mohammed heads the Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund, which invests heavily in sectors such as technology, real estate, entertainment, and more. This strategy ensures stable capital growth and opens new horizons for Saudi Arabia, in an era when the world is gradually moving away from fossil fuels. The country is rapidly emerging as a leader in the sports world, channeling enormous sums into high-profile projects. It all started with an agreement with the World Wrestling Federation, WWE, in 2017. The kingdom signed a contract for a 10-year partnership, paying approximately $100 million annually for a grand show. Since then, various international boxing matches, tennis tournaments, horse races, car races, Formula One, as well as huge investments in golf and football clubs have been held. Such maneuvers allow the kingdom to expand its economy and enhance its prestige on the international sports stage. At the same time, Saudi Arabia made a loud statement on the football field by offering to the legends of world football unthinkably large contracts within the Saudi Pro League. Cristiano Ronaldo transferred to Al Nassr from Manchester United with payments of around $600 million in 2023, triggering a whole chain of star transfers. Then joined them the Ballon d'Or winner Karim Benzema and the brilliant midfielder N'Golo Kante, who signed agreements for enormous sums and chose Al Ittihad in Jeddah, as well as the Brazilian Neymar. Lionel Messi, whom many sports fans consider one of the greatest footballers of all time, signed a 3-year contract for approximately $25 million to promote the tourism potential of Saudi Arabia through his own social media. The actions of Prince Mohammed bin Salman are not limited to economic power alone. He has long proven that he can skillfully build political and diplomatic relations at the highest level. As the Crown Prince, he effectively determines Saudi Arabia's foreign policy, and each of his meetings with world leaders and corporations receives close attention from the international press. The prince regularly participates in negotiations and forums with key players, from well-known entrepreneurs of Silicon Valley, such as Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg, to presidents of world powers, including President Trump and Vladimir Putin. Thus, Saudi Arabia, led by the Crown Prince, balances between traditional allies in the West, strengthening ties with Russia and China, and also tries to maintain and increase its influence in the very heart of the Middle East. Prince Mohammed bin Salman envisions the future of the kingdom not just as a local player, but as one of the global centers for big business, advanced technologies, and vibrant cultural life. But one of the most ambitious projects that embody boldness and foresight of the prince is the mega project NEOM, launched in 2017. NEOM is not just another city, but a groundbreaking concept of what the future of humanity could become. The plan is for the city to stretch 170 kilometers along the shores of the Red Sea, from the northern part of Saudi Arabia near Egypt, through the Gulf of Aqaba, and to the southern borders with Jordan. The idea is that it will accommodate about 9 million people housed in towering skyscrapers 500 meters high. The total cost is estimated at $1 trillion, which is unparalleled on our planet. But NEOM, and especially its part, the line, are being designed not just as futuristic buildings. These initiatives combine the most advanced environmental technologies, autonomous modes of transport, and unique infrastructure, where the main priority is people, their comfort, and well-being. The project's ideology envisions the full application of renewable energy sources, an unprecedented level of comfort, and the attraction of geniuses from around the world. To solve global challenges, behind all this grandeur and luxury, undoubtedly stands the remarkable figure of Prince Mohammed bin Salman, who not only revels in unimaginable wealth, but also shapes a new direction for all of Saudi Arabia. Implementing the Vision 2030 concept, he is purposefully leading the country on a path of significant transformations and innovations. Prince Salman remains one of the most remarkable figures of our time. He combines the image of a chief reformer, while astonishing the world with examples of incredible luxury, making each of his actions a memorable event. If this story impressed you and you want to get acquainted with other equally captivating stories of famous and insanely wealthy individuals, as well as everything most expensive and luxurious in general, then subscribe to the channel for the richest. There will be a lot of similar interesting content here,